Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is Sunday. It's the 20th. There's actually a timestamp somewhere in here. It's probably going to be somewhere up on top by the time I record this video. You guys have already seen the yeast dumplings that I did earlier today. This is going to be kind of an update, and I'm going to show you a really good summer salad that you can make when the weather is really hot. This is kind of a refreshing salad. So we're going to get started with that. Now, because this is being filmed on the camcorder and not my iPhone, my iPhone is actually upstairs charging. It's going to be a different angle for you guys, and you guys may not actually see me. You're used to it. Hopefully the sound is coming up good with this. So I'm going to kind of move you guys. You guys know the drill. You're on the garbage can. Okay. Yeah, and you guys are not going to see me at all unless I angle this a little bit more. Okay. And unfortunately, I don't think if I zoom out, you're going to be... Nope, you're not going to be able to see me unless I put you way out. So what I did is I went to my garden and I picked these beautiful tomatoes. And these are all homegrown from my garden out back. I'm going to step out of the camera for 1 second. So what we're going to do is I've washed these tomatoes. And what we're going to do is we're going to start slicing these tomatoes. Now my husband did say he would have this. We've had this salad many times when we go out for Italian food. I'm going to make an adjustment to the camera, if you'll bear with me. Let's see if I can get you guys up. It's a little bit hard to angle this new camera. I'm going to put you guys actually over. Now I'm going to put you guys more. There we go. Okay, now, nope, that's not going to work. Bear with me, guys. Ice, quit that. Oop. Okay, let me put that up. Helps if I lock it in place so I don't tip it. Okay, so now you guys can see me, sort of. I'm off to the side. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm drying. Ice, don't you dare. Go. You have food upstairs. My big dog loves to hoard the food in the kitchen that everybody else is trying to eat from, and gets a little bit upset when they invade his food. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slice our tomatoes in the round. And they can be as thick or as thin as you want. I'm going to do them probably in quarter slices. This one might not be the ripest of the tomatoes. But like I said, this is a really good summery dessert that you can do when it's really hot out. I'm going to actually sample this one. And you don't want their tomatoes to be so ripe that they're squishy. If you have tomatoes that are really ripe, use them for like a sauce or something. But I'm just slicing a bunch of tomatoes, and I may not do all of these tomatoes. I'm just looking for the nice plump red ones. I'm just, like I said, I'm slicing. Hopefully you guys can see this, and I'll show you how big of a slice. So they're not overly thick, but they're also not too thin. And if you go out and buy a good, I'm going to bring this in. Hopefully you can see this. Get yourself a really good balsamic vinegar. Or because you're going to use balsamic vinegar on this. And you're going to want a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper on the side when you do this. I'm going to do one more tomato, and of course I have to be a little bit cautious because of the husband's potassium levels, but he doesn't see either doctor for quite a while, so hopefully by then his potassium levels will have stabilized. And you can do as much tomato or as little tomato as you want. If you're not a big tomato fan, and it probably would shock you to learn that I am one of those people. I don't care for tomatoes unless they're in a sauce, or once in a blue moon I'll have them in a salad, but I won't go out of my way to have them on a burger or anything like that. So, oh, and that's good homegrown tomato. Now these are not fully ripe, so I'm just going to put them off to the side. And I'm going to step out of the picture for 1 minute. Edward, stop. And I'm going to grab some fresh mozzarella that I got at my local Italian store. And you want fresh mozzarella for this salad. And hopefully this mozzarella is still good, because I bought it several days ago. Yeah, it is still good. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take the mozzarella, and I'll let you guys, I should zoom you guys in, but I'll bring the food to you. And then all you're going to do is you're going to slice the fresh mozzarella. I wouldn't do it too thick. I would do more on the center side, but you don't want it to disintegrate. So that made about 4 pieces, and I'm going to show you this. So it made 4 pieces like that. And again, I'm still getting used to the camcorder, so I do apologize if the video is not the greatest, or the sound doesn't come out all that good. I am working on that, and I'm playing with it for this week. Okay, my clock is going to play. I'm going to see if it's going to play, or it's going to play. I've got to stop the video. Okay, and I'm back. I finished slicing the mozzarella, and I didn't have a lot of fresh mozzarella. I only had 2 balls of mozzarella. But I'm going to step out of the camera view for 1 second. I'm going to grab some small plates. And you can do this ahead of time. You can do this, I wouldn't do this like hours ahead of time, but you could definitely do it ahead of time. And then what I do is, with the salt and pepper, with each slice of tomato, and I probably won't do that. I'm going to show you guys up close what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to take the salt. I'm going to salt the tomatoes. I'm going to do the same thing with the pepper. That way it saves time if you do it all on a plate. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take your tomato and basil, or your mozzarella, and if you have fresh basil, and unfortunately I have to go out to the garden to get a little bit of fresh basil, you could put it in between each of the tomato slices. And like I said, I'm going to do small. So your tomato thing should, I'm going to tip you over so you guys can see this, should look like that. Now what you're going to do with your balsamic vinaigrette, and I'm going to have to turn you guys again because you guys kind of slid out there. What you're going to do with your balsamic vinaigrette is just drizzle a little bit over this. And if you're not going to serve it right away, put it in the refrigerator. It'll keep for, at least it'll keep until you need to serve it. Now, if your mozzarella is really big, what you can do is you can actually cut it to fit your tomatoes. And this one's going to be for me. Like I said, my husband, because tomatoes have so much potassium in them, he shouldn't be having a lot of this, but I'm going to give him like a smaller sample of what I'm going to do for myself. And like I said, this is, especially with homegrown tomatoes, this is a really, really, really good salad. It does pair well if you're doing an Italian dish, and of course tonight I'm going to make Italian sausage. But I'm doing the Italian sausage tonight on the grill. I'm not doing it in the house because it's really, really, really hot outside. It's almost 90 degrees. And it's just brutal today outside, and it's supposed to get worse. Now, there is one thing I will let you guys know that kind of changed a little bit, and that's the brisket is actually fully defrosted. So tomorrow, you won't see it tomorrow, and you probably will not see it on Tuesday. It all depends on how fast I can get it done, and I've already decided with the brisket, I'm going to do the filming on the iPhone. I'm not going to try to do the camcorder with it just because there is so much of the brisket, and the brisket will be a very long video. Like I said, for that size of brisket is probably a good 16+ hour cook. Now, I won't be filming the entire 16-hour cook, so you don't have to worry and say, oh my god, I can't sit through a whole entire day of video. But when I edit it, it may be a couple of hours long, and I will stretch that over so I'm not giving you guys all of the videos all at once. I'm going to probably stretch that out for the rest of the week, so that might be a 4 or 5 day series of videos that you guys will see with the brisket. You're going to want to bookmark that, because if you ever want a good brisket, this is the best way to do a brisket. Now, like I said with this, and I'm going to kind of lift you guys up so you can see them. You can kind of see them over there. They should look like that. I'm going to go pick up, I'm going to put you guys down for a second, and pardon me while I rotate this down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to run to the garden and get some, I'm going to run to the garden and I'm going to go get some fresh basil. I'm going to put fresh basil throughout this, and then I'm going to wrap it and put it in the refrigerator until it's time to eat. So, I thank you for tuning in for this video. Let me know how you're liking the camcorder series. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button down below for more great Cooking with Joel videos. And I'll see you tomorrow for the beef brisket video. You won't want to miss that.